Hey Messy family.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Sahanati. Imagine finding out that your friend of 13 years was pregnant, but by your baby daddy.
This story time right here, Messy family, is exactly what it is. Messy. Now, if you already read the title and description, you kind of already understand what we're about to get into. Make sure you guys watch this video to the end.
Story time on how I found out my best friend and my child's father have been sleeping around behind my back for almost a whole year now. Now, the situation is literally fresh. I literally just found out about it last Monday, but they've been messing around since like November, I want to say. So there's still a lot of emotions. There's still a lot of back and forth feelings about it, but I'm putting this out here because I need to heal, and I'm just bringing awareness to, if you have either one of them around you, just be careful who you bring around them, and that loyalty, that history, none of that means nothing to these two. If you're from my city, then you know exactly who I am talking about, but there's not going to be no sugarcoating, there's not going to be no anonymous, there's not going to be no hiding who the person is. But if you are from my city, then you know. I'm going to try to fit everything into one video, but if not, there will be another part. But anyways, I just want to break down our relationship so y'all know exactly just how messed up this whole thing is. So, me and her have literally been friends since the first day of 6th grade. 8/21/12. Since 2012. We were both 11. We are both now 24, going on 25. I'm going to try to add pictures throughout the video, or I'll just add them at the end, just so y'all can see just how much me and this girl was together, just how close we were. And if you know, you know, like, there was never a time where that wasn't me without her or her without me. If you know us, you know it's always been us, like thick as thieves. We've always literally been glued to the hip since 6th grade. My family has taken her in, and her family has taken me in. Like, this is more than just a best friend. Like, this is literally my sister. This is somebody I literally was coming to, venting about everything. Very first relationships, all of that. Like, she has literally been around for every single relationship, every single talking stage, every single situationship, just everything. Like, this is literally my go-to person. Like, this was literally my heart, like the yin to my yang type of thing. And I'm not over exaggerating when I say that. Like, our families was super duper close. My sisters called her their sister. My mama called her her daughter. Her mama called me her daughter. Like, we literally tighter than ever. And when y'all start seeing like pictures and videos and all of that, like, y'all will understand exactly how serious our relationship was. Now, granted, with friends and stuff, even with family, like, you go through stuff. That's normal. There has been times where we done, you know, like, fell out, stopped talking for a while, you know, but that was always my best friend. You could never say anything about this girl talking tonight. Like, I never went for it. And it was vice versa. Or so I thought. It's just crazy that all of this happened, because you just really never know the type of person that you really have around you. And you just never really know who really secretly hates you and who has been secretly hating you this whole entire time. So, yeah, that's that. Now, my child's father. I met my child's father 2022. He approached my sister to basically like set us up or whatever. And me, I was real big on not messing with baby fathers. Like, that was never my thing. But I don't know. Like, it was just something I was like, whatever. Like, I'll see it through. Like, I'll see what he's talking about. And we instantly hit it off. And don't get me wrong, like, he's a dude. Like, you feel me? Like, a dude's gonna do what, a dude does. Like, that's just how it goes. So I definitely went through a whole lot with him. But going through a lot with him, she was the one that I literally was telling everything to, who I was coming crying to, literally bawling my eyes out. She was literally sitting there being a shoulder this whole entire time. She literally knew exactly what me and him was going through. Me and him has literally had 3 kids together, which only one is here. We then went through the miscarriage, abortion, all of that. That's the other 2. So literally, of course, and then when I went through my miscarriage with him, because I've been pregnant 3 times by the same person, my child's father, who I'm referring to. When I went through my miscarriage, she was literally over my house that day. Well, the day before she came over, and she went to the hospital with me. Well, she went to my doctor's appointment with me, and she was the one who was there with me when I found out that I had my miscarriage. So, like, you're sitting here through all of these events. You're here for everything. So for this to be what it came to is crazy.
This honestly doesn't shock me. Those people that you can vent to and they know you like the back of their hand, they usually want your life and they usually want your man. So this doesn't shock me at all.
This is why you're supposed to keep everything within house. When you sit here venting to a woman about all the good things about your man, the bad things about your man, and just all these things about your man, all it's gonna do is tell her, this is what I'm assuming. This is why I feel like it'll tell a man like, well, me and him ain't the same. Like, they looking at it as if sometimes like, well, that's your capacity. I can deal with that. That's why she probably ended up liking him. Like, she probably didn't see him as a bad person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's a bad thing to talk about your man in front of your woman, in front of your friends and stuff, but I believe that it should be limitations to what we are sharing with our friends. Because I'm not saying she's the problem. I'm not victim blaming her because she's the victim in the situation. It's just sometimes you have to be more aware of who you trust in these things with. And I know this a friend that's been here your whole life, but it's no different to me than a family member. I don't trust family like that, so why would I trust a friend like that just because you've been around me? Nobody's been around you longer than your family, so if you have issues trusting them, I don't see why people be so quick to trust people you met.
I think a lot of us just get blindsided because we're so loyal that we expect that same loyalty back, which is a hard truth to learn in life. That you cannot think just because you have that mindset that they're gonna have that same exact mindset.
Right.
It's really sad. It's really sad for her to have to go through this. Somebody that knows you inside and out can backstab you like this. It's very traumatizing.
Okay, so boom. I had a miscarriage in January of 2023. And she was still in school and all of that. So pretty much after my miscarriage, she had went back to school and everything, and we pretty much kind of like stopped talking. I was going through that, and she still was in school, so she was going through her own stuff in school and stuff like that too. So we pretty much didn't talk for a while, which kind of wasn't on my part. Like, yes, I was going through that, but after I had my miscarriage, she just kind of like stopped talking to me. Stop like checking up on me, everything like that, which I didn't really take offense to. So I'm like, you're still in school, and around that time, like, I didn't want to deal with people and stuff like that anyways. Of course, like, I just had a miscarriage, so I wasn't really dealing with anybody, so to speak. But then I had found out in July that I was pregnant again, but I was already like 2 months. So I got pregnant in like May, and I didn't know. So me and her had kind of like rekindled and started back talking maybe like June. And when we had rekindled, she had told me that she went through some personal stuff, which I'm not gonna put her business out because that's not me. She might have did what she did, but I'm not gonna put her business out. But yeah, she was going through her own stuff, and so I had kind of like decided to wait to tell her, because I just didn't want her to feel even worse than what she was already feeling. So I waited like 2 months to tell her. I told her in like September. It was supposed to be like this whole proposal thing, but stuff got mixed up. But I still, told her and everything like that. And then, of course, confirmed her to be my child's godmother, because why not? Who else? Like, you're my other half. Like, you're going to be my child's godmother. We've always had that established since we was kids. So, boom. After that, I had my gender reveal October 1st, and of course, she was a part of it. Literally like a part of the actual reveal, to reveal that I was having a little girl, all of that, like super, super excited, cheesing, helping, everything. Like, it was just such a good time. Around that time, my baby daddy, he had got his stuff together. He was doing good. Everything was pretty much doing good. I mean, we had little problems here and there, but for the most part, throughout my pregnancy, this time around, my baby father tried to do as much as he can to not like stress me out or cause anything to happen to me or the baby. So that was that. There was still some stuff that was going on, and of course I called her every time. So fast forward to January of 2024 is when I had my daughter. She was born January 7th. I had preeclampsia and did not know it. The doctors didn't catch it. I had literally went 2 days prior and they didn't catch it. So that Sunday, I was getting ready for work, and my child's father was there with me, and my head was like banging so bad, like it was unbearable. I couldn't take it, so I went to go lay down to try to like rest it off just a little bit before work, and I couldn't sleep. I was crying. It was just excruciating pain, and I blacked out after that. So maybe like a few days later is when I really like came to, just to find out that I had my daughter at 33 weeks. And just to find out that I had preeclampsia and I had a seizure, and then I had to have an emergency C-section because I was so out of it. I couldn't push, I couldn't do anything. But my child's father was there, and he seen me seize up. He seen blood foaming out of my mouth. Like, he was there to see all of that. He contacted my sisters and everything like that, and of course it got back to my friend and everything like that, and boom, she was in the hospital. So mind you, I'm going through all of that in January with my baby, almost losing mine in her life, because if you ever had preeclampsia or you know what it is, that is a deadly thing in a pregnancy to have, especially since you're so close to the end. So do that. We're gonna fast forward. Everything's good. She's been the best godmother ever, coming over, checking up on us, doing stuff, for me, from my postpartum and everything like that. So May comes, we go on my sister's birthday trip to Nashville, which all the pictures and stuff like that, all of that's going to be at the end because I don't really know how to work all of this stuff. But we went on my sister's trip to Nashville in May. But during that, me and my baby father was having some issues. And, she's there like, he's effed up. He's dead wrong. He's an effed up individual, yada, yada, yada. You just had a baby. You should be able to live your life and da-da-da-da, this, that, and the third. So, all of that's planned out. Now, we're going to get into, I guess, when all of this started. And I just want to show y'all how good this girl played her role. I don't really know when they started to take a liking into each other or a fascination into each other or whatever the case may be. But October was her birthday. We did bars on wheels and all kind of stuff. Like, everything's fine. November, everything is still fine. We went to WKU's homecoming, everything is fine. This girl is still smiling in my face. Everything is fine. Like, she's literally playing her role. Like, I would have never thought anything. And then I'm notorious for going through phones. I won't lie to you. So I literally was going through my baby father's phone throughout this whole ordeal, and I never seen anything, like anything at all. So, but everything is fine. Everything is fine. Then you have Christmas. That year, my daughter was actually sick. So we didn't do everything that we usually would do. But still, she was with her father, everything like that. And then still, her godmother got her everything, got her presents and stuff like that. So this is December of last year. So, boom, this is Christmas. Now, what I'm missing is November of last year, she had found out she was pregnant. And, she had already had previous issues and everything like that. So she called me, like, crying, super, super happy. Like, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep this one. Like, I'm just so excited. And, of course, this is my best friend. So I'm like, thank God. Like, now I have a godchild on the way and everything like this. Mind y'all, she's so hype about keeping a baby that she knew potentially was my baby father's. So she's hype, but she's telling me it's a whole nother deal. Which, of course, now that I think about it, it makes sense. Like, why would she tell me, oh, your baby father is an option? So it was a whole nother ordeal about who it was, who the father was, all of that. So yeah, she's pregnant November of 2024. Come my birthday trip, we go on my birthday trip, and y'all, this girl literally gets a whole tapestry hoodie made of me with my face all over it, with pictures of us all over it. Like, she's like just the best friend in the whole entire world. She's just playing it off so good, like, like just how a best friend would. So you don't suspect anything, so you don't think about anything. She's playing it off. My daughter's birthday, while I was on my trip, I was going through it with my child's father about him helping with my daughter's first birthday. And, he was giving me so much BS about, like, not helping and all of that. So I'm literally on my trip crying, going through it because I'm going through it with him. Guess what? She's right there, of course, listening to all of this, just eating it up, while whole time you may or may not be pregnant with this man's baby, and you already know what he put me through. So I don't even know what about that turns you on so much, but hey, So when my daughter's birthday come around, she's like, you know what, like, I'll help you with stuff, whatever you need me to help you with, I got you, so she's paying for all kind of stuff. She's dropping hundreds on my daughter's birthday. She's helping with everything that she can. She, you know, her and my mama, like, they're texting back and forth, getting arrangements together for the birthday party, while whole time they had already been messing around behind my back. So my daughter's birthday comes and they're playing their role fantastic. Like, I don't even think I even seen them speak to each other. I'm getting my daughter ready. She's up there with me, helping me get my daughter ready. You know, I'm emotional because, you know, it's my baby's first birthday and stuff wasn't really going how I wanted to go. And there she is, right there, right next to me, you know, being a shoulder, like, it's okay, just calm down. I know how you feel. Da 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 da. Playing it off, playing it real good. March rolls around. It's where it gets weird. I mean, it was already weird, but this is where it gets weirder. March rolls around and she sends this long paragraph to me, basically like a breakup message, and basically was like, you know, it's just been weird between us, and, you know, I just rather you have genuine people around Nari. I just don't want weird stuff going on, yada yada yada, a whole thing. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I didn't respond, but I was about to respond, and then I went on social media and she had unfollowed me off of everything. Every single social media page that we had in common, she blocked. Well, not blocked, but she removed me and removed herself from us following each other, all of that. And she did the same with all of my sisters, everything like that. So then she proceeds to get on a page that she ain't been on in like years and put me and her close friends and post my daughter about how much she just misses my daughter and this, that, and the third. So I texted her, like, how do you miss my child and you're moving like there's beef? And so we kind of went back and forth, and she's like, you know, 10 plus years you've been here, you've been my girl, I just think stuff is just weird right now. And mind y'all, she's pregnant, so I'm like, I'm not about to stress nobody out during their pregnancy. Like, if you want your space from me, I'm gonna give you your space. I know how it is to be pregnant and not have the pregnancy that you want to have. So I respected it. It was a whole bunch of runarounds on why she felt the way that she felt, but she cut me off. I guess maybe she felt bad because she was still sleeping with my baby daddy and that baby was potentially his. I don't know. So that happened, but the whole time that's happening, my baby daddy is like, well, you don't need nobody like that in your life anyways, and, you know, that's just weird. She's weird. The whole thing is weird. She don't need to be your friend, and da 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 da. Wow, they're actively messing around behind my back. So fast forward to, what is it? We didn't even stop talking for full maybe 3 months. I think right before she had her baby, maybe like June, I had reached out like, hey, does your son need anything? Do y'all need anything? What is it? And she's like, oh yeah, she tells me what she needs. So boom, I buy it for the baby. Because even though we wasn't talking, even though that happened, she was still like, you know, I still consider you his godmother and all of that. So I'm literally not thinking nothing of it. So I'm like, all right. And I didn't think she was going to let me be around the baby or anything, because, you know, we stopped talking and she said what she said. So I just really felt like she felt some type of way. So I wasn't really expecting to be around the baby. But she let me come around him. I bought stuff for her and the baby, and everything was cool. We get back to talking normal like we always would. And, you know, I'm telling her stuff. She's telling me stuff. I'm telling her once again what's going on with me and my baby father and everything like that. And she's just eating it up like it ain't nothing. So fast forward, maybe like, was it July? Maybe like not even July, like the beginning of August, she had came up to my apartment and we went to the park. took the kids to the park, and just, you know, just knowing each other. And she's sitting there telling me about a situation that's going on with her who's supposed to be baby daddy. You know, I'm genuinely feeling bad, like, that you're going through this. And I'm like, you know, whenever you want to do stuff, whenever you want to get out the house, like, just let me know. Like, I'm here for you. You know, I hate that we stopped talking. I was like, but
You think her fans started backpedaling like that because of the guilt, or?
I think at that it was definitely guilt. I think at that moment that they like separated, that she knew that it could possibly be her baby daddy's baby. And then when she found out that there wasn't a chance, like maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks off, if she was messing with both men, she could tell whose kid is who.
Right.
And then she was like, okay, well, I can come back to this now.
Right.
Because imagine you're giving birth and you're like, oh yeah, your baby dad's coming to sign a birth certificate. Imagine if y'all were still locked in when she found that out, okay?
Baby daddy over there just trying to divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Like, he knowing the whole time that he
Like, you don't need that friend around.
Yeah.
You don't need that girl.
Let's get her out of here.
Whole time she's sleeping with the real enemy.
Yeah.
What is going on? It's like you couldn't pick anyone else. No one else was in the room.
Would you say, like, this is something that's unforgivable when it comes to friendship?
100%. What do you mean? And she took being friends and sisters to a whole nother level. She wanted to be sister wives at this point.
I was saying, she started to, you know, come down, like, try to be around more frequently. And after the whole pork ordeal or whatever, she was just like, you know, I really, really want to come down and spend more time with y'all. Like, I really enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed today. Like, I appreciated it so much. And, you know, just anytime you want to do something, please let me know, and I can come down to you or you can come down to me. It doesn't matter. So fast forward to when all of this hit the fan and I found out. So me and my baby father, of course, like, I'm just trying to keep a relationship on the basis of, you know, my child having two healthy parents. So recently he just lost somebody super duper close to him, literally like his brother, and he was going through it. And, you know, I'm still human at the end of the day, and I just spent the last 3 years with you. So, you know, no matter what you did to me, like, I still, you know, I'm still sympathetic for you. So I had work that day, the day that I found out, that Monday morning that I found out, I had work. And so he was over there, of course, because he was going through it. And then he was over there because I needed him to watch my daughter while I was at work. And so 2 days before that, though, Saturday, she had came over because I was doing like service days because I went to school for my esthetician's license. And she had came over. I was doing a service day, and I was like, you know, like, you deserve to be pampered. You just had a baby. Like, I won't charge you for nothing. Like, come, you know, just feel good about yourself for a little bit. So she came over once again, like, just eating information up to go back and tell my baby daddy. So we're literally talking, chopping it up. I mean, there really isn't much information because I don't do nothing. But it was information enough because she knew how my baby daddy felt about me. So she left, and then he came, and I don't know. Like, he had... Okay. One thing about me, I go through phones. I think I mentioned that already. Don't care, never cared. I don't wait on nothing to come to the light. I am the light. And if I want to figure something out, I'm going to go look for it myself. Especially if I feel like you're lying. Oh yeah, I'm going to go look. And then God don't play about me. God don't miss. God don't play about me. So everything that God wants me to know, I'm going to know. And it's going to come to light. So my baby father has multiple phones, and he left one of them out. He went to the bathroom or whatever, and he was chilling in the bathroom, and he left one of his phones out. And I don't know, like, I just had a feeling like something just told me to go through his phone for whatever reason. I don't know, but it did. And I went immediately to the pictures. And when I went to the pictures, it was just a whole bunch of videos. And so I just like airdropped myself all the videos. I don't know why, I just did. And so I'm like, dang, like you still been out here really like just, you know, being nasty. Like you really just been out here acting a fool still. And I was like, that's really sad. Like, you know, like get your life together. And so me and him is kind of going back and forth, and I'm like, I don't know, like I went to the videos and I'm looking, and I know this background. Now mind y'all, like I said, I used to live with her, so I know that whole house through and through. So I'm looking at the videos and I'm like, is this my best friend? And he's literally just staring at me like with a blank expression, not saying anything. And he just looks at me and blankly out of his mouth says, her son is mine. And I just lost it. I'm not gonna lie, D1 crash out. I started losing it on him, and I literally started crashing out, beating him up, like beat him with anything that was in my sight. And you know, I had to calm down because my daughter was there and she was literally on my leg screaming and crying. So I had to stop, and I had to stop and really like calm myself down before I ended up in jail. And so I'm calling my sisters, screaming, crying, like I wanted to crash out so bad. Like, y'all don't understand. This is my girl. Like, this is my girl of 13 years. Like, no, ain't no way she snaked me out like this. Like, no, I just couldn't believe it. Like, I'm like, no, there's no way she snaked me out like this. Out of everybody in the world, out of all the dudes that you could have picked, you picked mine. You picked my baby daddy out of everybody. So I'm crashing out. I'm calling her. She's not answering. So I sent her a long paragraph, and I'm not gonna fake it. Nothing was nice being said at all. And y'all, just to make the situation even more terrible, she don't care. She just keeps saying that she doesn't feel like she should explain anything. She doesn't feel like I need answers from her because I've been having answers from my baby daddy. She's just nonchalant about it. She just don't care. And like I said, this is somebody who has been my girl for 13 years, y'all. I don't care who approached who. The other person was never, ever supposed to go for it. Never. And y'all was supposed to say something. The other person was supposed to say something. But to know that I had y'all around each other, and to know that this whole time that I had y'all around each other, y'all was plotting on each other, and then to think that y'all started in November and my child wasn't even a year old yet, just shows me what type of people y'all are. And so, like I said, the situation is literally fresh. It's still new. It just happened. I'm not gonna say anything, but karma don't miss and God don't play about me. But yeah, that's been my life. And so, you know, I'm trying to level with this whole situation, but of course this is not something you can level with. And the fact that she's so nonchalant about it and she don't care, as if she's not the one who owed me the most loyalty, it's crazy to me. I'm mad at him, but this is the only time in a situation where I'm more mad at the female than the dude, because you owed me. You owe me everything, and you went for it. And y'all, it's not just one video, it's multiple. But I'm never gonna expose that. I'm never gonna put that out or anything like that, because that's not my character, and I'm not going to jail for nothing. But yeah,
There's nothing worse than a bad cheater. If you're gonna cheat, why would you have all the evidence in your phone? There was no denying it. Not even the slightest. And not even that, but then you go and have a baby. The cat was gonna be out of the bag eventually.
I mean, once you got physical proof like that, I mean, it's nothing you can do but admit it at this point. I mean, shit, you're talking about you know the background, girl. Do you know the woman, the person? That's the background. Yeah, you see that person? That is crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but some, you know, it's just like I don't know.
This is just wild.
I don't have nothing to say about this situation anymore. Like this.
And that's why I said the friend's intentions were never pure. None of it. Women will literally, what do they say? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. This woman went and did that and took it to heart.
Based off of how she responded, you could tell she was envious of her too. Dang, she said she was not even apologetic. At this point, it shows your character though. It takes a strong person to admit they did something like that wrong.
It was obvious she didn't care. You're still around her, carrying her baby daddy's child. You are the godmother of her daughter. It is obvious. You don't have to tell her that she didn't care. It's obvious. Listen, I've seen this on the internet before. If you got a good man, don't tell nobody about it. Do not ruin good things. That's how I feel about it. If you got something good, don't tell anybody about it.
Well, I'm going to
because not everybody's rooting for you.
Okay, I get that part. I feel like if you got something good going on, I feel like you should share. I feel like the problem becomes when you start to overshare. Like, should your friend know that you have a man and that he treats you right and that y'all in good shape? Yeah, they should know those things. But should your friend know about the time your boyfriend cheated on you and stuff like that? Like, probably not. Because this is how it ends up being too much information being, like, what does it gain for you telling all of your dark problems with friends, you know, if you're gonna just still be with them, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's the same way when you have something positive. Either somebody's gonna applaud you or they're gonna be envious.
Depending on your relationship with your partner will determine whether or not how much you should share with people about your partner. But if you got a man you know ain't shit, I wouldn't tell the world about him. That's the one she should keep a secret. Don't keep me no secret. Anyways, what do you guys think, Messy Family? Let us know in the comment section below. We will see you guys in the next story time. Peace.